Today we're going to make a project called Rags and Flags. It's a project that is something to wear while you dance or move around. That makes a lot of movement and a lot of color, and I think it's a really fun project. For this, you'll need a string or a strip of fabric that's long enough to tie around your wrist or your waist or your neck and have room left to make a bow. Now here's a longer one. If I wanted to make it go around my waist, if I decide I want sort of a skirt-like thing, I want to have enough length in my base to tie it in a bow so that when I want to put it on, it's easily put on over anything I might be wearing. And if I want to take it, there we go. If I want to take it off, I just pull the ribbon and it's loose and free. So you don't want to make it too short. You can always make something shorter, can't make it longer. So you'd have a nice strip of fabric, the length that you choose. You'll need a pair of scissors, and you'll need some strips of fabric or ribbon. Yarn you can use, it's kind of thin. I think you want something fat. These strips are about 1.5 inches to 2 inches wide. You could also do 1 inch. The ribbon that I have, this is 3/4 of an inch wide. So somewhere in that, long stringy strips. The strips should be, I've found, about 2 feet long works. You can use a ruler or a measuring tape, or you can do what I did, where I held the ribbon in my fingers and measured it up to about my shoulder. This one's a bit longer. Some of them are a bit shorter. They don't all have to be the same size. There's also a fun trick. If you make your strips out of pieces of fabric or old sheets or an old dust rag that's lying around, that's a really beautiful color. You can take your fabric, here's the bound edge, and here's the ravelly edge that somebody's already cut already, and we take our scissors and we cut a notch like that, about 1 inch down, 1/2 inch, something like that, and it makes a cool noise as you pull it apart. And it always rips in a straight line, so you don't have to worry about cutting the fabric straight. The fabric does it for you. So that's one cool trick. And I'd say you probably need a couple dozen of these, maybe 25, 30 if you get really enthusiastic. For a wrist one, of course, you'd need less because it's smaller. I made a sample, or part of a sample here. This is one, here's this purple, this is a hem of an old curtain, is my base, and I've got different colors and different materials and different lengths all along my raggy flaggy thing that you can see makes a lot of movement, a lot of joyful color dancing around in there. And let me show you how to put this together. So I take my base and I lay it flat on my table here, and I'm going to take, I just had pink, so I've been mixing up the colors. I'm going to take the yellow one. Have your strip and you fold it in half. So you have a loopy end and then you have a loose end. This is our raggy flaggy end down here. You take that looped end and you slip it underneath your base. You open the loop up, take the loose ends and pass them over the top of your base and through that loop, and then pull those rag ends tight, tight, tight until the loop end is snugged up against that base. And until you pull it really tight, you can still move it, so you could have it further away or closer in towards your other flags. It's up to you how you want to make that. And it's also up to you how you want to use the colors. You could use lots of different colors. You could make it all one color. You could use all sorts of things. Again, we take our strip, we fold it in half, we take the loop end and pass it underneath our base, and then we take the loopy end open, we take the raggy ends, we take them through that loop, and we pull until it's as snug as we would like it to be up against our base. Let's try a ribbon. Here's our ribbon. Again, it's about 2 feet long. Fold it in half. Take a hold of it so that loop can go underneath the base. Open the loop, take the loose ends through, and pull it nice and snug. Now, I was making this project to show you, And I discovered that the ribbon doesn't always want to stay. So this is what I decided to do. I'd make a bow out of the two loose ends here at the top, wrap around, make a little bow action here at the top, pull that tight, and that not only makes our ribbon stick to our project, but it makes a little decorative thing. You can see I've done this a couple of times further along the line here. So it makes a little nice touch in there that's a little bit different. And you keep going, moving all your rags and flags along your line until it's as thick and as long as you would like it to be. And then you go ahead, tie it around your upper arm, tie it around your waist, tie it around your leg, whatever. And when you're doing your dancing movements, as you're playing around with pathway and movement choices and dynamic choices, you have your rags and your flags to dance along with you. I hope you enjoy this project, and as always, I'll see you in class.